Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope that you're doing so good today that you don't forget that you're so enough. Today's video is going to be really about self-acceptance, how to accept your whole self, your personality, even the parts that are not really fun, in order just to transform it into self-love. Because for so many years, basically, I was so into a thing of like, not even accepting my whole self, like the parts that I was really struggling with, such as like overthinking, anxiety, stress, or even like my too much side. And I was like, okay, I just can't accept it because sometimes like I'm not really comfortable with that part of myself. I feel like this is really challenging for me to accept it, or like this is not going to nourish self-love in any way. This is actually the opposite. Truly. So I'm going just to give you a few tips how to accept even like your past self. This is something that is so much important in order just to feel super aligned with who you were, who you are, and who you want to become, and just to be in this self-love bubble that is actually super strong, nourishing, fulfilling of your peace and just for your self-growth, like in general. I don't know if you can relate, but like for so long I was really into the thing of like not really accepting like different part of my personalities and things that I was struggling with, and kind of like being like, I have to work on this to improve this. And I was just not understanding that accepting my whole self is actually the key to feel enough as I am, just to accept it really just to the fullest, and not always to be like, okay, I have just to spot that thing that I hate about myself and I have to change it, and just not being indulgent, being super into like self-judgment and stuff. That was just not nourishing anything. That was just not nourishing self-love. That was just not about like self-love improvement, at the end of the day. That was really self-sabotage. For me, in order really just to start this self-acceptance journey, you have to start by accepting your past self. This is something that was extremely hard for me, just because I'm super perfectionist. I used to be super hard on myself, judging like every mistakes and stuff. I made a video about this, but it's really like a huge challenge of just, accepting the person that you were throughout the journey that actually helped you to become who you are right now, and just to spread so much love and kindness to it. Something that helped me justly for that is that to understand that I'm watching at my past self with today's lens, which means that I grew up, I learned so much, I got experience, and that I am sometimes too hard on that version of myself who just was not at the same step, That thing of just understanding that version of yourself made mistakes and just maybe took decisions that were not really like matching what she wanted to do or whatever. She helped you actually to become who you are right now, And just of course now you're seeing this with today's lens, with everything that you learned because of her. So this is why actually you struggle sometimes to accept your past self. It's something crazy that when you get actually just to sit with yourself and just to make the effort of being kind to that version of yourself, and just to see that actually you learned so much because of her, and you are that version of yourself because of her, And just that thing of just actually gratitude, that thing of like, okay, yes, because of what she did, because of what she didn't do and stuff, I learned so much and I am who I am, enough, perfect, whatever, because of her experiences, because of the things that she tried and stuff. And this is something that helped me, that mindset shift of gratitude, spreading kindness and love, as I said. Also, like a lot about repetition, like because when you are into something of like self-sabotage and you just don't get to understand that you have to be super like thankful to your past self. It's all about the things that you say, it's a lot about the self-talk, and it's a lot about just the repetition, And just to keep repeating to myself, okay, I know no matter how long this is going to take, I'm just going to keep repeating you that actually I am super thankful for my past self. This is a lot about actually repeating good stuff, kindness, indulgence, self-love, just a lot, just to actually rebuild that thing, that old habit of just judging yourself or just being like, oh my god, such a shame, the stuff that we all say. This is leading to actually accepting that you're not perfect. I think that this is something that I had to grieve truly, just because again, when you are super perfectionist and that you just refuse to make mistakes or to fail or to do something that is out of line, whatever, it's like at a certain time, if you want to accept yourself fully, in order to love yourself to the fullest, you have to accept that you're not perfect and that this is actually perfection, not to be perfect. This is a decision that I had to take, of letting go of that thing, to be okay, I am not perfect, and just this is fucking enough that way. Something that helped also is that I tested sometimes just that feel it method. I'm going just to make a huge video about this because this is so game changer. But like, I tried just to consider some thoughts, just to think of it, just to repeat them out loud, and just to test how I was feeling, you know? And for that thing of just accepting that I was not perfect, just that thing of just letting go, just to say, okay, you know, I let go of that thing. This is okay, I'm not perfect, whatever. This helped me so much, just to, okay, test, actually, just to say, okay, I'm not perfect, you know, I am not the way that I was expecting, and just to connect to my emotions at the same time. And actually it felt like a huge relief, a huge pressure out of my shoulders, just as if I was like, okay, I don't have to be perfect anymore, you know? And it's hard because this is something that actually was like a huge old habit and that was taking like a lot of space, basically. But at the same time, I found some peace in actually just accepting that I was not perfect, and just accepting that actually I'm perfect not being perfect, you know? And that's okay. Like, I'm not going to seek that perfection anymore in everything that I was doing, saying, whatever. And just to actually feel it in my bones, to force myself repeating things like really with grace and indulgence, such as, okay, you made this, that's okay. It could have been really, to be honest, about anything, about like my hairstyle not fitting, whatever. I was super hard. And just, you know, little steps, like really little steps of like maybe accepting that on that thing you're not perfect, that you made that mistake, or that your fucking hairstyle is not good. And just, you know, breathing, feeling it, actually was like a lot of pressure just not on my fucking shoulders anymore. And it felt so good. Justly, that thing helped me a lot to also, in that self-acceptance journey, to accept every part of me that I was just struggling with, such as overthinking, anxiety, and stress. Like, these parts were really super present, intense, strong. The thing is, it took me so long actually just to accept that these parts that I was literally hating are part of myself, you know? Just because it was really related to, of course, like hard moments and stuff, and struggle and difficulties to overcome, you know. I was like, I just can't accept that, you know, I am made of overthinking and anxiety and stress, but also good part too, you know. But I was like, I can't accept that. Like, at some point, I was really just not accepting that overthinking, stress, anxiety were a part of me, because I was like, this is so linked to bad moments, hard moments. I'm struggling so much with that. And I was just like, this is not part of me. I'm not talking about this is defining me, because of course this is not defining you. I'm talking about, I'm not accepting that this is part of me. I was so much into a denial, because for me, if I would accept these things as being part of me, I would accept them to be here, you know. At a moment I was really like, okay, I'm going just to sit with myself and just to accept that, yes, this is part of me. I am, of course, doing overthinking. I am doing stress, anxiety. This is okay. This is not defining me, but this is part of me, you know? And at the fucking second I cannot change it, I know that I want to improve this and work on this, but like, this is part of me. And I am enough as I am. With my hard days, slow days, struggles, overthinking, stress, anxiety, moments of doubts, fears, whatever, just to make the effort to tell your brain that this is part of you, but that you are enough with these parts, actually helped me so much. I know something that helped Jessie with that is just writing about it, expressing a lot, everything that I was struggling with. Helped me also just to accept that I was like this, even more to be in a sort of like, which is crazy, self-love, because I was like seeing the things that I was struggling with just like from another point of view, and kind of like realizing that I was so strong for actually trying to overcome these things, and for navigating actually everything. That was like a huge, again, relief of just saying, okay, yes, this is part of me. Yes, I have this, and this is fucking okay. You know, I'm trying my best every single day. This is what matters, basically. I feel like also it's important just to say that it's a fucking journey and it's not linear. I'm telling this for actually every journey, but this is so true. You're not maybe going to accept your whole self at the second or next week or next month. This is something that is taking time, and I feel like this is a beautiful thing. Just also to understand that you are changing so much over your life, and that sometimes like literally unplanned things happen that is actually making you grow, evolve, and that this is again a new version of yourself that you have to consider and love and spread kindness to. And this is like never about, even like for self-love or whatever, this is never about actually something linear, you know, and this is fucking okay. Like literally, I feel like the most powerful thing, just at the end of the day, just about self-love journey and self-acceptance, is just to treat yourself as a loved one, to be your fucking best friend all the way long during hard days, when you struggle, when it's hard, but also just to celebrate when you feel super good, happy, comfortable, confident, you know. This is just about treating yourself with kindness and indulgence all the way, all the fucking way. I just want to finish saying that actually you are a whole. Like, you are everything. You are like your past self. You are the person that you're right now, with your struggles, your dreams, like every single thing that is making you you. You are like just a whole, you know. And this is super important also, just to like take the time just also to spread love to every single other part of yourself, you know. Just to find the things that you love about yourself, not depending on your appearance, just the things that you're super proud of yourself for doing, just the things that you're surpassed, you know, every single thing. Just actually to not always see, and I know this is hard, to not always see like the things that you hate or that you struggle about, you know, such as your insecurities, your mistakes, but also just to fucking love every other part of yourself. Because we're so much focused on negativity sometimes, but it's really a lot about actually you are a whole, you know, and don't forget actually the other parts. I feel like this is a good start actually to start your self-acceptance journey. I hope that you learned some stuff and that you feel a little bit more like connected to yourself, your emotions, your whole personality, and that you're so ready to accept yourself and spread love and kindness to yourself, every version of yourself. See you so soon, and until then, no matter what happens, actually you can, and I am so proud of you. Bye.